Right, well, I've looked online. I can't find any replacement parts of this. I can find a replacement deck for about 35 quid. Don't particularly want to buy another deck, but there's an option. Somebody's selling a deck, but it's a different deck, but it's from the same model. So I'm guessing that what they've done, in fact, what's looking at the deck that's for sale, has got a spring here and a thing. And I think basically they've had this problem repeatedly and they've modified the deck to overcome it. So this looks like it's a problem that's been known for a while by NAD, and they replaced it with a different type of deck. So this must be an older version of deck. Don't know if it is made by GEC, but it's got GEC on there. I think I've mentioned that before. But anyway, what I'm going to do, I'm going to mix up some araldite to fill in that hole there, and put the spring in place, so that hopefully it'll hold it together and be a solid lump, and then bend it back round when it's done, when it's dried. So that's basically what I'm going to do. So here we are. I've got some old bits of plastic, a couple of old, lots of araldite, other hardeners and glues are available. I'm not promoting araldite for any particular reason, just that I've had this for so many donkey's years. I couldn't tell you when it was made. Anyway, that's what I'm going to do. So I'll be back after this, because once I've done this, stick it back together and leave it for 24 hours, and fingers crossed. Okay, see you after the break. Okay, as you can see, I've just mixed up the glue, the epoxy resin, and the hardener. I've put it in place. I've mashed it into here. Put the tape in, the stuff in, pulled it apart to try and get some of the glue to go into the gap there. And I've just, as it's starting to set, I'm just wiping a line along there for where the spring goes. I put the spring in place. Hopefully that will work. So I just got to give it 24, possibly 48 hours to dry, and then I'll be back. Fingers crossed. Okay, well, it's been a couple of days since I did the gluing of the plastic part with the spring on it, and as you can see, it's now set, and it seems to be rock solid in there. I just need to know whether it's actually going to spring or get round there as it should do into this slot, and then if it all explodes or whatever. So you'll watch it first time live on recording. I don't think say live on recording or something like that. Anyway, let's bend that round there and see if we can get it to go into that slot. And it's gone in there. Now I may need to do a little bit of trimming of some of the glue. There's a bit come off there. I'm hoping that's going to stay in that slot properly. It seems to be in line with it okay. I think I might need to just sort of trim out a little bit of the excess glue from there, just on this edge here, I think. Yeah, see, it's gone hard, but I'm not sure it's actually going to stay there because it's not actually glued with the plastic. Yeah, I don't think that's going to stay for very long, to be honest. It looks like it's under a lot of strain, but not sure. Yeah, I think it's beginning to crack there already. Yeah. Well, probably best it cracks while I've got it in my hand. Yeah. You can see it's already started to give way a little bit. And there too. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't think that's going to work, is it? I don't know. It might if I trim it. I don't know how well it's going to stay when it's been cut through. Don't want to break it if I can, but I think it's going to fail. Yeah, that plastic is just not going to hold. Oh, I might be wrong. I might be wrong. And no, I didn't use hot melt glue, my mistake. This is definitely araldite. Okay, well I think the majority of that is in place. Now it's still there. I wonder how long it's going to last. I mean, I did squeeze the glue in between the bits of plastic when I was doing it. Let's just clean off that bit on the top there as well. I'm just scraping away excess. I'm not really... Ah no, it's gone. Look, there we are, look, the spring's gone. Yeah, that didn't work. That didn't work. Oh well. That's trial number one. I'm going to have to try a different kind of glue to see if I can make that work. Yeah, this just all come out. Never mind. Never mind. I mean, I don't know if NAD ever brought out a modification kit to fix these, whether these failed early on in production or whether they just failed after at least a year and they were told, well, I'm sorry, but it's failed, you need a replacement deck or something. If anyone knows the history of this NAD deck, I'd be really interested to know, because I mean that is definitely a design flaw, without doubt a design flaw. Right, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to open that up and apply super glue to it and clamp it back together, and then I might try, well, I don't know if I've got if I'm going to get that open and get the super glue out. I'm not sure I will. Get the old glue out that I pushed in there. Obviously araldite has its uses and fixing plastic bits is not one of them. But I have used another glue called Gorilla Glue in the past. If I can just hold that open slightly, get my little fine screwdriver in there to scrape that out. There it is. And Gorilla Glue I've used on plastic to plastic, and it's worked really, really well. Whether it will on this or not, I don't know. Ideally, if I had a scan of this, I could 3D print a replacement. If there was another way of doing this, I'd love to know it. I'm wondering whether if I found another spring sort of like that but with a longer arm, whether I could get that longer arm to be further up there, say, instead of sitting in there. Difficult to know, isn't it? There's the remains of that epoxy resin I put in there. Yeah. Okay, well I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can get some super glue in there, put the spring in again, and mould it round with some Gorilla Glue. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Okay, I'll be back when I've done that. Right, well, try it as I might, I couldn't find my Gorilla Glue. So what I decided to do is I cleaned it off again, and I opened it out and filled that little corner bit that was broken there with super glue, held it together with a pair of pliers for a minute, and it seemed to be quite tight. And then what I thought I'd do is I've got like a castellated washer, a lock washer, and I've melted that into the plastic there, in the hope that that will give it a bit more strength as well. So apart from just cleaning off the plastic on that, where it's sort of gone over the top, because there's a little bit of plastic over the top, let's just get rid of that. Probably file it down, be easier. Just there. But I think that'll work. So here we go again, plastic into that, the spring rather, into that area. And it seems to be sitting in there. It's a little bit proud, but maybe pressing down on the spring there will hold it in place a bit better. Push it down like that. That seems to be holding. Definitely doesn't seem to be going anywhere. So I'm going to give that a try. I'm going to put the whole lot back together with that and give that a try and see if that does the job. I think I can probably just mount this onto the plate here, without it having to put all the heads back and so on. At least we'll be able to see if it will work. Let's see how we go, shall we? Right. So just got to try and remember how it all goes together. That's lever. That's was that underneath or on top? That was down here, wasn't it? Yeah, that lever. Yeah, so it's mounting this bracket on here, and that goes on there. That's it, because that goes against there. So we've got 4 screws? There's only 3 there. So yeah, it was, oh no, there's 4. Now, did that little black one go in there as well? I'm not sure, there was 4 screws. Pretty sure actually there's only 3, yeah, or is that a thread? Let's see if that goes in there. I can't remember without looking back at the video, but I think that black one goes in there. Yes, it does. Okie dokie. So let's get that one into there. Let's get that plate onto there. Get that screw one of the long screws down into here. We may be able to just put 2 in for trial purposes. Although I think we'll put 4 in just for security to hold it there. Was that in that part or was that in that part? I think it was in there. Right. Let's crank the mechanism. Oh no, we've got to put that lever back in, haven't we? Yes. Oh, I see. Yes, because there's the other screws. There was 5 screws in there, wasn't there? Of course. Yes, right. Now that one goes over that spring. That goes over there. Was that the right way around? Or was it the other way around? Yeah, I don't think it was under there. Well, it might be. Yes, I think it might have been. Yes, there it is. Of course, it sits on there, doesn't it? But that goes over the top of this gear, doesn't it? Because it has to sit in there. Yes, so that's right. We have to take that off to get that on. And that's upside down because I took it off and cleaned it. There it is. Yep, that's how it works. So that lever there pushes that pin up there, releases that catch from there because it's stopped from going backwards that way. Yeah, so that pushes up. Yeah, okie dokie. Let's not put the clips on first. Let's see if when we engage it, it goes up. It went all the way up. So it just sits up there like so, and this should now turn the take up, but it's not quite getting there, is it? Needs to go out just a little bit more. Will that go up anymore? No, it won't because it's hitting the end stop there. No, it's not the end stop, that's the brakes. It's pushing the brakes off. So that looks, oh, it's just gone up. That seems to be as far as it goes. It's turning the take-up spool, but not quite. It needs to go a bit further to engage fully in that. That's free to move. It's not being stopped by that plastic, that metal work anymore. So I think we've probably got either grease on there or it's, oh, perhaps that's pulled a bit closer. Yeah. But I think we're nearly there. That can't really push any better against there. That's as far as up as it needs to go. I think we're there. I think it's fixed in as much as it can be. So I think we can actually safely screw that one home. So that holds all that down nice and firmly. I would guess that if that screw there was never done up tightly enough, that would allow fluctuations in that. Yeah, I think we are ready for a bit of reassembly. Now, we have got some circlips, which need going back on. We put these on before we keep flipping it around. That's one circlip on. I did say I was going to put some lubrication on this, didn't I? Should we do that first? I think that would be wise, save having to take it all apart again. Yeah. I just, before we can put anything on there, we'll just clean that off there and there. We'll do that one there while we're at it. It's turning smoothly, so the actual spindle is okay. Oh, come on. So that's the heads in place. Let's just roughly align them vertically, or horizontally rather. Should be about there. That one is fixed, so we can tighten that one. And that one should be about there. Yeah, I think that's about right. There's a rough azimuth adjustment on both of those. Oh, hang on. Let's go in there, don't they? So I think we're ready for a bit of a test. Let's put the pinch roller capstan back on there, connect that up to the drive wheel. It's okay, and then we can put that back there, and we'll know that we can get both those other drive belts on without having to, yeah, we can do both of those. Right, that's as much as I want to do at the minute. So if I now press play, fast forward, it goes into fast forward. No, it doesn't. Where are we? Plays this one. Right, well, I thought I'd stop and have a little close-up look of what this mechanism is, exactly how it's doing, rather than just sort of guessing. And this here is the play button. Okay, so when you press play, it pushes this lever up, and that enables this, the gear on the bottom of the flywheel, which is spinning around, to engage with that gear, and that pulls it all the way around like so until it drops into this little slot just here, like that, there. And basically it should stay there, but it won't, because that releases. And the reason it releases is because this key has to be kept in. So if we press the play key, and so it goes round and goes into the play position, which is there, it stays there because the key is being held there. And how is the key being held? Not through any of this, it's because of this lever that's on the bottom of the key. So as you press the key, this mechanism here latches that key in place. It's as simple as that. And because I've got this off, that won't latch. There's your answer. So basically I've got to put it back together completely with the keys to make it work properly. So I've just got to give this all a bit of a clean up. I'll get this bit assembled because you've seen me do it before. So once I've got it back assembled, we'll then do a running test and see if it does what I say it should do. Right, so there we are back together. I've cleaned the pulleys, the belts, I've put a little bit more lubrication on various bits and pieces. I thought as I've got it in, I'm pretty much guaranteed the final time. Cleaned off all the keys and the key levers there. So now, hopefully, when we press play, which is there, let's take this camera back up that way a little bit so you can see a little bit more. And we should be on that camera there. So apologies if I've been talking to nothing. I had the wrong camera selected anyway. So we're now on the wide camera. This is the wide camera. This is the close-up camera and stuff. That's the overhead camera. This anyway, let's get back onto this. We have now put it all back together. So this being the play key, if I press play now, that key latches in place. So now when I crank the capstan, it's bringing the playhead up to engage, the pinch roller engages, the little catch glitches, and it's in play mode. Yay! So the pinch roller is engaged with the capstan. However, as you can probably see, the the take-up spool is not turning at all, and that I think is due to wear and tear on the it's not that pulley is loose, it's down to, if I press it, it's still not gaining any better traction. I think it's basically just wear and tear on that pulley. So if I keep cranking it and push it a bit harder, even by pulling that down there, it still doesn't engage properly. I think what we've got here is possibly a bit of slippage on there, or just that pulley there needs replacement. Don't think, and the spring is quite good. I think there's enough tension in the spring there. I don't think that needs adjusting. It has to ride, obviously. There has to be a bit of slack. In most decks, this is engaged quite hard, and there is a clutch assembly between this bit and that bit, but I don't think there is a clutch on this one. If I just hold that firmly there with that screwdriver and turn it, you see, yeah, there is a bit of a clutch. There is a bit of a clutch slippage in there. So maybe it's just that this drive pulley here and just needs to be a bit tighter. I don't know, I can pull that down there, keep turning the capstan, and it does engage better. Yeah, it's not much. Not much. I think what I might do is just, if I press stop, it should just all releases and comes out. There's no sort of unlatch function, it just disengages. That dry belt's okay. That's the dry belt I fitted because the one that's supplied didn't fit properly. Fast forward is okay. Or rewind is okay. Yeah, rewind's working okay. Fast forward's working okay because that's working purely on the gears. We don't need to worry about that. It's just that play one. If I press that down there any harder, still not engaging. It's just that little bit of tension there.